It is a story sparked with a Facebook post from a diesel repair shop in Grandville, a post in which the owner said he would not hesitate to refuse service to outwardly gay people. As the story went national, the business took intense scrutiny. Last week, the business was vandalized in an apparent response to those remarks. The owner actually continued to do interviews to discuss this. Now tonight, the city of Grandville is using the ordeal as a springboard to open the discussion about how we treat one another. And recently, the city teamed up with the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan and the Be Nice campaign to help out. With us in studio is the mayor of Grandville, Steve Maas. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And the executive director of the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, the Be Nice campaign run through their organization. Christy is with us as well. We'll start with you, Mayor. What was it about this that made you decide, you know what, the city needs to get involved?
You know, the other night I was thinking the city of Grandville's gotten a lot of publicity. Not all of it's been good. And I was having dinner and turned to my wife and I said, why can't everybody just be nice? Mm-hmm. And I immediately thought of Christy. And so I gave her a call and said, you know, I'd like to come and talk to you. I'm not sure why, but I just think Be Nice is more than just a program for high school students. It applies to adults too. So Councilman Lee Cook and I met with Christy. Yep. She gave me this shirt that says Be Nice, and I'm wearing this tonight because I think it's important for me to remember that what I say and what I do, and this applies to everybody, affects the way that other people think and feel, and it affects our community.
Okay, and Christy, along with your role as the executive director of the Mental Health Foundation, you're also a very involved member of the Grandville community, a member of the school board. How do you take this message on a citywide scale? What do you think
well, it's extremely exciting because we do have, most of the youth are all involved in Be Nice and they know what it means. Mm-hmm. And we actually have words that define our program, and that is to notice, invite, challenge, and empower. And so if you went up to kids that have been through the program, they would be able to tell you that. And so it is much more, it's changing negative behaviors and really looking at the positives. So we're proactive.
Okay. You talked about, and we've talked about the Be Nice organization, that there's already some language that the city has adopted about inclusion. Where does that stand right now as far as that initiative? As it is now.
Be Nice is a huge program in Grandville. I think everybody knows about it, but I think we think of it primarily as an anti-bullying for kids. Yeah. And so I think it applies to adults and to the whole community. So I'm so excited that Christy is willing to help us out.
Mm-hmm. Now, some cities have adopted ordinances that kind of take a more strong stance on inclusion that prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender. Why hasn't the city of Grandville done that? And do you think that is something that this might spark more of a conversation about?
I think we're going to have a lot of conversation about it. I think that would, like typically we don't make what some people would find as political statements. Some people would say, no, it's not a political statement, it's just about human rights. But I think probably the city would look to the state. It will be interesting to see what the U.S. Supreme Court does with the upcoming decision on same-sex marriage. And but I think it's a good conversation that we're starting to have in Grandville.
Christy, what is your take on that? Do cities need to have more of a hardline approach when it comes to issues of discrimination?
You know, overall, I agree with Steve. It's really, and it is a city by city. You know, we've got to start from some type of scratch to find out what's the pulse of our community. And ultimately, Grandville is a super nice community. I mean, I've lived there for years. My kids have all gone through Grandville Public Schools. I shop in Grandville, and I live the motto of Be Nice for myself. And I just think that overall, that's the best we can do, and we need to make a statement that come on out to Grandville. It's a great community, along with all over Kent County. Right. So we're hoping to spread out into other communities, and people that might be watching tonight might also want to join in this movement. It's West Michigan.
And I think to be clear here, you guys aren't taking a stance on one side or the other. We saw kind of daggers coming from both sides, from maybe the tone of that post, as well as some of the vandalism that happened afterward.
Right.
As well. So
yeah, it's just about being nice. Christy's going to be at our city council meeting tomorrow night and talking more about the Be Nice program, and I'm looking forward to having her.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Of course, we'll be keeping in touch with you about how this goes. But right now, we're going to send a break and we'll be right back.